Yo, what's going on? This is LB the Realist with Surrealistic Studios, Surreal News, where the real is surreal. Thank you so much for joining me on this video on this morning of Thursday, May 9th, 2019, 8:43 a.m. in San Diego, California. It is starting off gloomy, but I have a feeling we're going to see a little bit of sun peek through the clouds. I could be wrong. I didn't check the forecast. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and check that right now. Looks like today is going to be cloudy. They don't say any sunshine, so we'll see. But you know, San Diego has a tendency to switch up on you every now and again. So it's 67 degrees, a high of 67 and a low of 58. So a pretty cool day. I'm gonna make sure to take a sweater out for sure while I'm doing my Postmate deliveries. I will leave the link in the description if you guys want to try out Postmates. But that's not why we're here today. We are here today because I'm going to read an email from Tulsi Gabbard that was emailed to me a couple days ago. I'm sure a lot of you have received the same email. But as we're going through this election season, I want to make sure that we put as much shine on Tulsi Gabbard as possible, because it seems as though, you know, she's either being smeared in the media or she's being left out of lists and polls, and she's not giving her shine as a veteran, as a candidate of peace. So I'm going to read to you this email because it got me inspired, and I want to inspire other people as well. Tulsi 2020. The mainstream press has a policy of either ignoring or smearing Tulsi. Can you guess why? It's because Tulsi is directly taking on the chicken hawks in both parties, the corporate media and the military-industrial complex, who drives us into war for their own power and profit. As a major in the Army National Guard and the first female combat veteran to run for president, we can all just pause for a moment and take pride in that. Tulsi's call for peace is uniquely powerful and credible, and that's why they're afraid of her. We have a way to counter the smears and cold shoulders from the mainstream media, but we need your help. And it just gives the list of donation prices that you could donate to Tulsi Gabbard. It says, thanks to amazing supporters like you, Tulsi has met both requirements to appear on the debate stage in June. But as more and more candidates qualify for the debates, we risk losing our spot in those debates. That's why we must continue raising name recognition and attracting new donors. We know this country is hungry for Tulsi's message and her kick-ass balls to the wall, take no prisoners approach to speaking truth to power, no matter the cost to her politically. So if the media won't cover her fairly, we'll take our campaign directly to the people. We need your help today to raise Tulsi's name recognition and to keep generating new contributors so we can stay competitive for the Democratic primary debates. And then it just says, chip in now and again to get our message out. Thank you for all you do, Tulsi 2020. So again, the media is either smearing Tulsi Gabbard, you know, trying to link her with right wing fascists or dictators, you know, or they're even leaving her out of polls and lists as if she's not a candidate running, you know, as if she's not. You know, Nico's right. Nico House, you know, you check these videos with Tulsi Gabbard. I just watched an interview with Glenn Greenwald from The Intercept. And he interviewed Tulsi Gabbard, and you just go in the comments section and it's all love. It's all love for Tulsi. It's like 99.99999% all love. And the only reason I don't say 100% because I'm sure there's one person in the comment. I'm sure there's at least one dislike. But when I watched the video, it was posted 50-something minutes. After 50-something minutes of the video, I was the 199th or the 200th like on the video, and she had no dislikes. There were no dislikes on that video. People love Tulsi Gabbard. People are hungry for her message of peace and to end these regime change wars and these conflicts and this American imperialistic complex. That's what the people want. Tulsi is the people's candidate. You know, and I'm trying not to get all rah-rah about, you know, politics and the presidential debates. And, you know, I'm excited for it because I want to hear the progressive message. You know, the last election cycle was like we had Bernie Sanders and that was it. Now we got Bernie Sanders, we got Tulsi Gabbard, we got even Elizabeth Warren to some extent. She brings a certain message to the table, but I wouldn't vote for her. But I am interested in hearing what she has to say on the debate stage with the likes of Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard and even Andrew Yang with his message of UBI. And at this point, that's pretty much it, unless you want to go third party with Dario Hunter. He's with the Green Party. I'm really interested to hear more of what Dario Hunter has to say. But we really need to put a shine on these progressive candidates that are not being given their respect, that are not being given their due, such as Dario Hunter and Tulsi Gabbard. It makes no sense. Well, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense why the establishment would purposefully leave her out of the polls and the lists and smear her in the media and in articles. It makes perfect sense because she stands for the one thing that they're desperately trying to keep up, which is the American industrial complex. And Bernie Sanders is great, but Tulsi Gabbard is really honed in on this message, and we need to support her in this. So as soon as I can, I'm going to make another donation to Tulsi Gabbard's to her campaign. And I'm going to encourage everyone else to do the same, because we need to continue her message. And even after the debates and after the election, we need to continue. We need to figure out what's the game plan afterwards. If worse comes to worse, what's going to happen and what we're going to do. Because we can't just keep going through the motions of election cycles over and over again and voting for the lesser of two evils. And, there's talks of, already, just voting blue no matter who, just to defeat Donald Trump. And that's not how we should be doing this, folks. That is not how we should be doing this. I know a lot of progressives, quote unquote progressives, that think that, we should vote blue no matter who because we just have to defeat Donald Trump. This is so much bigger than defeating Donald Trump. And yes, there are consequences to having a president Donald Trump. But you know what? There are consequences to having a president Joe Biden. There are consequences to having a president Hillary Clinton. And we can argue back and forth on which one is worse which one is worse than the other. The American industrial complex continues no matter who the president is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to break here. Until we break that, we won't have money for We'll never have money for Medicare for all. We'll never have money to, have a living wage across the board in this country. We're never going to have money for all of these progressive policies that we want because all of our money is tied up in war and this one thing that drives this whole shit, this whole system, is the American industrial complex. And that's the one thing that Tulsi has honed in on. That's her one message that she has solidified and strengthened and made her own, because that's the same message that resides in the hearts of normal, everyday American citizens, not even American citizens, but citizens across the world. We can scream all day about, well, Obama was bad, Obama was good, Obama was mediocre. At the end of the day, he continued that complex. Trump makes things worse. So Trump is the same thing. He just doubles down on it. So we can have the conversation about who's worse and who's not worse and what would be better off. If we don't break out of this system now, the shit will continue. It don't matter if it's a whole shit or, pieced off, splattered little bits of baby green. I'm not trying to get nasty, but I'm just trying to illustrate the point here. It's still shitty. So with all that being said, big ups Tulsi Gabbard. Continue to support Tulsi Gabbard. Continue to raise her name and her message, which is our message, which is a message of peace. And if you guys have been watching me, you know that that's all I ever scream about is peace. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Love, peace, and chicken grease, and peace in your soul, and empathy, and kindness to other folks. I know it's hard sometimes, but we just gotta spread. It's like it infects people. When you're kind, when you smile to people, that just, sometimes it has an opposite effect. And that those are certain kind of people. But for the most part, it's infectious. And when you smile, you do something kind for somebody, that makes them happy, and then they may feel, in turn, they may feel a certain way, and they may do something kind for somebody else. We just need more kindness in the world. Can't we all just get along? All right, I'm gonna stop rambling now. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are really doing well out there. If not, just know that the sun will come out. You know what I'm saying? Like the days continue. Everything will get better. Everything fluctuates. So just hang in there. All right. Until next time, folks. Find me on all social media. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to this video, and comment at the end of this video. Did I say comment already? You already know the jazz. Just do all that stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.